Шановні колеги,
Dear colleagues, we continue the working day and I invite to the microphone a representative from the main intelligence department of the Ministry of Defense, Mr. Skybytskyi. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the main intelligence department today releases information about the specificities of situation in the temporary occupied territories of Ukraine. Today's briefing will start with the new heading recollect those Russian officers who implement the criminal commands. Now, Mr. Berdnikov, Colonel Berdnikov, Alexei Nikolaevich, joined the Russian occupational forces. He just came into office. Alexei Berdnikov was born in Kalmanka in Altai region, and by August 15 this year did not know where Ukraine was located. He occupied different commander positions in the Northern Caucasus military region, and after this, he arrived to occupied territories of Ukraine as commander of the separate motorized brigade. The appointment of Colonel Berdnikov happened due to the direct participation and recommendation of the head of General Staff, General Gerasimov, and this appointment was supported by General Istrakov, both from the Russian military forces. This rotation of the Russian staff officers has the objective to gain military experience and to promote them in positions in case of the possible war with NATO countries. Such people as Berdnikov further might be punished for the military criminals. In general, the situation in ATO area remains complicated and could be characterized with the increased intensity of shellings, storm activities, and the use of drones, the formation of battalion tactic groups, the increased readiness, military combat readiness of the 1st and 2nd Army Corps regiments, and rotation along the front line, and supplies from Russia, including ammunition, human staff, fuels, etc. During the last week, we registered the following violation of Minsk agreements, which total amount to 55 against 60 during the last week. So in 15-kilometer area, we registered 17 facts, which include 72 tanks, 6 mortars near Donetsk, Dokuchaevsk, Zaitsevo, Boykivsky, etc. In 24-kilometer area, we registered 28 facts, including 71 guns of forbidden caliber. In 35-kilometer zone, 10 facts of Minsk agreements violations were registered. During the last week, also, we registered the increase in intensity of attack activities and the increased use of heavy weaponry. Thus, around Avdiivka, the situation was more complicated. There were active combats near in the industrial area, and the enemies used 6 tons of 122 millimeter shells and 5 tons of 122 millimeter missiles for hail installations. In general, during the last week, 495 shellings and storm activities were undertaken. This situation became possible due to the increased use of drones by artillery units, and also the new supply of the graduates from Mikhailivska Artillery School and the arrival of new staff officers from the Russian Federation. During the last week, 15 drone flights were registered. They were used to correct fire. For example, near Arkhangelsk, Avdiivka, Piske, Talakivki, Shirokivki. The main intelligence department continues to trace back the activity of new high-tech and state-of-the-art weaponry and systems used by Russian Federation in the temporarily occupied territories. Thus, on August 23, the mobile radio control system was used, which is called Svet-Ku, near Lugansk. Then near Donetsk, the radio intelligence and radio interfering system in fauna was used, and the radio electronic warfare system Shipovnik Aero was used near Avdiivka. Besides that, the Russian commander continues new supplies of weaponry and military equipment, including the supplies directly to contact line. Thus, 8 tanks, 9 armored vehicles, 1 hail installation, 4 self-propelled artillery systems, and a train with ammunition and shells were supplied during the last week. During the last week, we registered supplies of more than 1.5 thousand tons of ammunition, 660 tons of fuels and oils, and of material supplies and food, and 2.5 tons of fuels. The supplier of fuel materials is Bashneft company, where 71% of shares were deprived from Russian businessman Yevtushenko and is assigned to the Federal Agency of the State Property. So this open reprivatization opens an opportunity Rosneft to escape the future sanctions. Also, the planned activities on strengthening combat capacity of Russian occupational troops continue. Thus, from August 1st, the 1st and 2nd Army Corps are carrying out strengthened exercises. They under general leadership of the Southern Military Command of the Russian Federation. The one of the important part of these exercises were overcoming the water obstacles, and we have registered those exercises, and these are materials from the space survey. The exercises were led under the leadership of General Yakubov, who is head of the Southern military commander in Russian Federation. Also, we continue to identify those Russian officers who are Russian citizens and commit crimes in the territory of Ukraine. Thus, we identified Berniakovich, and we have established that they blasted 2 civil cars in so-called gray zone, and in result of that, 2 civilians were killed and 7 were wounded. Also, we have identified Litvinov, Belozorov, and Leonov as leaders of the reconnaissance units. Also, we identified commanders of the 9 separate motorized regiment of the Mariners who shelled Shirokine, Nativka, Pavlopil, and other towns. The main intelligence department would like to inform you that the general command of Russian occupational troops was strengthened, having supplied people who have extensive experience, military experience in result of the military actions in Ukraine. Thus, Lieutenant General Gorolov, Lieutenant Major General Kuzovlov, he was that very person who participated in formation of the 1st and 2nd Army Corps, which held activities in the occupied territories of Ukraine, and General Major Nikiforov, and less than a month ago, he became the commander of the 2nd Army Corps in the territory of Ukraine. And a couple of words about situation in Crimea. We register the continuous active military activities of Russia on the framework of strategic military exercises Caucasus 2016. During August 25-31, upon the decision of High Commander Mr. Putin, the unexpected inspections of the combat readiness of the Russian troops are carried out due to In course of this inspections, almost the entire commander membership of the Black Sea Fleet of Russian Federation was gathered near Opuk military exercise field in order to control and prepare the infrastructure for final stage of these exercises. Also, the increase in military forces here continues. Thus, airfield Kirovsk had received Il-76 aircrafts, and also the personnel of the airborne division. Also, Kirovsk and Belbek airfields received Su-34, Su-75, and MiG-29 aircrafts. Near a peak military field, the military exercises of different forces attached to the Russian Black Sea Fleet are carried out. More than 20 ships of the Black Sea Fleet are involved. Also, on September 9th, the military commander of the Russian Federation plans to deliver a briefing about the exercises Caucasus 2016. In this way, Putin's regime tries to use the stay of official international representatives on the peninsula to legalize the annexation of Crimea. Further questions, please. Roman Kukharuk, Informational Agency, NATSA. Does the intelligence department trace back the activities of Ukrainian traitors who remained in the territory of occupied Crimea? First of all, of course, we trace back the activities of the military traitors who betrayed Ukraine and breached the oath. In the result of our data, Prosecutor General Office and military prosecutors do what they should do to bring those people to responsibility. Further questions, please. Since there are no further questions, the press conference is over. Thank you for your attention. The next event will be at 3 p.m. sharp. Thank you.